Hi, everybody. We have a great session lined up for you guys today. For the very first time, we are hosting a panel discussion around the topic of microcurrent and everything microcurrent, more specifically, the trends, the relevance, and the ROI of microcurrent as it relates to beauty schools. And I have an established panel who's joining me here today for the discussion. This includes subject matter experts from people in their respective domains. And so, without much further ado, I'm going to introduce them. We will start with the ladies first, starting with Pooja Johri, who is the founder at 70 Wellness.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Followed by Diva Kwan, who is the CEO and owner of Diva Kwan Advanced Aesthetics Institute in Massachusetts. Hey, Diva, thank you for joining us.
Hi, everybody.
We also have with us Tanya Webb, a master esthetician and instructor at Benes Career Academy in Florida. Hey, Tanya, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Same here. And last but certainly not the least, we have Mark Santomini, who's the VP of Sales at Burmax, one of the leading distributors of professional beauty and spa supplies. Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Jaden. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. Burmax also is one of our partners here at 7E, and which is the segue to introduce myself, Jitin Dhanani, CEO at 7E Wellness. And we are bringing this panel discussion to you in partnership with Burmax. So without much further ado, I'll get right into it. The first question for all of you, and maybe Pooja, you can help kickstart this for us, is if you can talk to the audience about what is microcurrent, and more importantly, why should customers in the beauty space even care about what it is? Pooja, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yes, absolutely. Microcurrent is really tiny electrical currents that mimics body's own natural impulses that communicate to the skin cells and muscle tissues to stimulate. And what microcurrent does, it generates ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. Um, in short, microcurrent helps in the most natural way to supercharge the skin cells and muscle tissue. It hydrates the skin deeply, it reduces wrinkles and fine lines, and it pushes the products deeper into the skin cells. It is a very healing modality, and it was obviously started in the medicine for healing wounds. And what it really does, it is helping to build that collagen and elastin structure internally. And so there are a lot of long-term benefits of using microcurrent, but the best part is, unlike lasers and unlike radio frequencies that are heat generating modalities, microcurrent is more on the healing side. So it does not create any harmful or any kind of damage if for whatever reason, if it is even not done correctly, it will not bring any kind of damage to the skin cells or to the muscle tissue. It is very gentle and it is very relaxing. So the customers are now getting aware of this gold mine technology, and they are steering away from some of the invasive procedures that are building in toxins internally, and they are looking for long-term benefits. And they are also looking for some scientific treatments in their facial treatments. What I was saying is that microcurrent is also very gentle and very healing modality, and a lot of customers are now getting more aware of this gold mine technology, which brings a lot of hydration and skin health over a long period of time. They can just build on, and it brings aging gracefully kind of treatment.
That's great. That's great. So really a non-invasive technology that brings to bear a lot of those benefits and something that people can use. I would love to get maybe Diva and then Tanya, your perspective on the tech as you have seen and understanding the microcurrent. What gravitated you to that? How do you see it, and why do you think your customers should care? Maybe Diva, we can start with you.
Sure. Yeah. So, being in aesthetics, for 13 years here in Massachusetts in this area, I've been seeing more and more clients coming and asking for treatments that are not invasive, that does not have any, toxins like injections or even chemical peels with so much chemicals into the skin. More and more, I see people um, looking for like more like mechanical exfoliation, for instance, or something that can just build collagen without having any aggressive, side effects to it. And I think microcurrent is very interesting, working with the muscles deeper into the cells, stimulating natural light, collagen, and building up. As more you do, more you get results for the skin. It's also an ongoing treatment that the clients will keep in coming back to the spa. So although it's like a treatment where you can engage with the client, I do recommend other treatments combination with MyoLift as well, but it's a great add-on for any spa or any esthetician's room. That's how I see it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think what you said, it draws to mind like an analogy is almost like when you are for your wellness of your body, you're working out. It's something that you have to keep doing. You have to combine different things together. And I think that gives you the best results. Tanya, anything you would like to add to what Pooja and Diva were saying from your point of view?
I think both of them covered it quite well. I have found that our clients absolutely love it because it gives them their immediate results that they're looking for. We're in a society where they want instant gratification right now, and they want it quick, and this delivers for them.
That's awesome. So what you're saying is not only is that workout that helps you in the longevity and long-term wellness, but it also gives you instant gratification in terms of if you have to go for a specific event, get ready for a summer, whatever. That's great. No, that's awesome. With that as the backdrop and context, I think one question that I wanted to throw out, and I wanted to maybe start with Mark, because he presents a unique perspective on this question is, Mark, how do you see the overall market and really the demand for non-invasive treatments, from your vantage point as you distribute a lot of these beauty products? And then specifically within non-invasive, how do you think microcurrent-based treatments and technologies fit in?
But thanks for asking that question because, as you know, as one of the largest distributors to the professional beauty industry and constantly getting more updated to new technologies and new products, we're excited about 7E because it does offer that new technology. And especially since we are the distributor for many schools, that this is a procedure that the students can learn, and obviously it being safe and having great results is intricate to adding to the curriculum. I do believe that this is going to have great growth potential for 7E and for us as well. And we're excited about the technology and the fact that Pooja's done a lot of hard work in perfecting this and getting obviously an array of machines that work at a different level. Obviously, starting with the mini. And so in other words, at different affordabilities. And so we can offer this to all schools. And obviously, they can take it straight to their salon or to their treatment center and offer it there. I think you really have a fantastic door opening here because the technology, which obviously is current and replacing some of the old technology, that this is really an exciting venture, which is why we wanted to be a part of it.
That's awesome. No, thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. And is as a practitioner and operating a beauty school, maybe Tanya, I'll go to you. And you mentioned this earlier, how this fits in with other kind of treatments. If you can talk a little bit about, what was your trigger as you first consider microcurrent, besides it being non-invasive? And I say so because there are other non-invasive technologies also in the market. So could you talk a little bit about how it fits in with the rest and how you see it?
Absolutely. So I was tasked with advanced education here at our school as well. So when I started to do my research in what other modalities we could bring in, we're in Florida, so our requirements are minimal compared to other states. We only have so much time to really arm the students with a skill set that's going to be successful for them and give their clients results. So bringing in the microcurrent, again, that instant gratification where the client actually can feel what's happening, they can see what's happening before they get up off the table, they absolutely enjoy it. The students learning this technology and being able to offer it with such a small program, they're able to excel in their field where there's other students that aren't exposed to it that aren't as advanced.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. And I think this dimension, and Diva, would love to get your input on this. This dimension of, as you imparted, was one of the triggers for you as you considered microcurrent, the fact that you heard students also bringing it to you, or as you get your school going, is it something that you heard other schools offering? Could you talk a little bit about that, Diva? What was your trigger, from a market perspective?
Yeah, so I was, in the process of redo my brochure, increasing my prices after COVID. Every 2 to 3 years, I do that for my spas, right? For the last 7 years, I have invested thousands and thousands, hundreds of dollars in laser devices. I only buy brand new laser devices, and they are extremely expensive. And then all of a sudden, people start calling and say, "Do you guys have the lifting treatment?" Because I wasn't offering that. And the estheticians that graduated from Catherine Hines, which is one of the biggest institute here in Massachusetts, starting to say, "Yeah, we get that at Catherine Hines." And then other estheticians start talking about it, and clients time calling about it. Then when I look into it, it's really nice to add on to an advanced center. It can also be added on into like a basic treatment, basic facial center. Like you don't have to be so advanced because it's like safe to the public, and then it's easy for everybody to learn. And then when I started to proceed with my school project, that was perfect. I also really liked the training platform that 7E have it. It was very nice. So when I looked into with Isabel a little bit deeper into how I would be teaching this new technology of microcurrent to my students, it was like really nice presentation. And that was one of the biggest reasons why I joined the company. I think microcurrent, it is an old technology that in some other manufacturers have it in the, it's not as pleasant because 7E have updated and they have make it more comfortable for people. I even heard people having microcurrent from with other devices that they are traumatized. And then when they try this one, it's like way more comfortable. So the presentation, the updates, the newer technology, everything caught my attention into this, and I'm very excited to bring this in. I think it has been like very popular in this area here. It's growing nicely. So I'm excited to be part of it.
That's great. That's great. No, I love it. And I think, first of all, thank you to all of you, Tanya, Diva, Mark, for, shedding light as well as the kind words for 7E. And I think, Diva, you kind of touched upon and leaned into the other question I was going to ask is, all of you in some capacity are now leveraging microcurrent and providing that as either as treatment curriculum within your schools, or in Mark's case, offering that to their customers. For others who are considering it, other schools who are thinking about it, other beauty suppliers and distributors who are kind of figuring out should they carry it in their portfolio, what would you say are 2 or 3 key considerations they should have when you think about a vendor? It could be, hey, it has to have certain amount of experience, regulatory clearance, and da. Maybe nice to kind of hear from you 1 or 2 things. What are the top 2 criteria as you went about thinking and looking at what to carry in your portfolio? And maybe again, Tanya, we can start with you and go around the horn.
Sure. I think one of the most important things was 7E brought to light that they were more focused on teaching you the science behind it and not just the basic movements. There's so many different options out there, but when you start to research them, they tell you this is what you do, but they don't tell you why. They don't tell you what's happening behind it. I think that's the most important thing for me that brought me to 7E. And then I'm going to say number 2 is going to be the education and support. You invest in this equipment and then you don't usually have a lot of opportunity to get some feedback or some help when you have those Q&As. And we get quite a few of those, especially working with the students. They come up with questions that most people don't even think of because we're already licensed, we're already in the industry, and they're thinking from a totally fresh perspective, and 7E brings that to the table. I've never had a challenge reaching out to Isabella. I need a question answered, and she answers it immediately. So those 2 would be my key points.
That's awesome. Yeah, I must, at this point, it would be remiss if I didn't mention that Isabel here with 7E is an absolute rock star. For everyone out there listening right now, if you have any interest or considering it, I would sincerely suggest that you get in touch with Isabel and get on a call with her. And I think she would be able to provide you all the information that you need to make your decision. Diva, if you can kind of add to that, what would you say was your 1 or 2 key criterions, not just for 7E, but as you thought microcurrent, what were you thinking? I need to have A and B for me to go select a vendor.
So what is your question again? Like criteria for?
Your criteria for, as you were looking at microcurrent to go about selecting a kind of a vendor, like were you looking at certain things, or that, I absolutely needs to be FDA cleared and or, something else? What were the 1 or 2 key criteria?
Yeah, so definitely like the training support is amazing. Like there's no doubt Isabella is like fantastic. And then also like I think like the device itself is pretty easy. It's not hard to manage, and I think everybody has great chances of developing into this technology. So, the training support and the device itself, it's pretty interesting how it looks nice in the room, and it's easier for the esthetician to move it around and everything. So I think those will be things that will attract everyone to purchase this device.
Got it. Mark, would you like to add to any of what Tanya and Diva just mentioned from your point of view, as I know you carry a broad portfolio of products?
Yes, and I want to say that the key attraction for Burmax to offer this to our customers is the fact that you do have a support staff, obviously headed up by Isabel, who does a phenomenal job of bringing people online, making them instantly comfortable and teaching them. And, I want to say that the other thing that's very important is that this is a procedure that can be done on the clinic floor and earn some money back for the school. And this is obviously very safe for a student to use. And that was important as well, because we don't invest a lot into the high-end machines that are very complicated, that require, 1,200 hours and things like that. We're more or less for an introduction into the esthetician programs, that this is a fantastic device and obviously treatment with results that everybody's happy, from the teachers teaching it and the students that are learning it. It's something they can take immediately to the spa when they graduate, or a medical office. And So it was a win-win all the way around, obviously, because you support the product, which was very important, especially with new technology. So we congratulate you for that, and we're very happy to be a part of that.
Thank you, Mark. No, I appreciate it. And maybe Pooja, I will have you kind of round that off before we take a couple of Q&A from the audience. And I would just add to it that besides the consideration and the criterion, obviously, as you put the 70 products out there, I know personally that you had schools at the back of your mind. If I were to ask you, why should schools do microcurrent, and more importantly 70? Why, as you designed it, what do you think sets it apart? Would be great.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you everyone for giving your insights and sharing what is the key factor that is important for you guys. I think that when a school is looking for different kind of modalities, I'll touch upon the first broader umbrella of all these non-invasive modalities that are out there. The reason why microcurrent holds such an important role and has become a hottest modality is because I categorize a lot of technologies in, for example, exfoliation, disincrustation, removal of the dead skin, cleansing, and all of that. Then there is one bubble, if you can look at it as the devices that are more a little bit minimal invasive, or they are creating some kind of adhesion, like for example the micro needling, the radio frequency, and it's creating some kind of wound that automatically tells the body to heal itself. But then comes the modality either which falls under healing and which falls under closing of the wounds or tightening of the skin or working on the muscles, which is literally like a facial gym, which is something that is cumulative and effective and scientifically working to really help the skin to become more healthy. And microcurrent falls in that category. LED light also falls in there, and they both work hand in hand. But microcurrent more so because it works on the muscles. The only technology that works on the muscle tissue to either relax or shorten and tighten those muscles that we constantly overly use. We don't stop aging, right? So as we are aging, the adenosine triphosphate, the ATP levels of our skin cells and muscles are reducing constantly. And that's what the microcurrent helps to enhance and replenish in our system. So it becomes more of a natural process as we are constantly aging. And that's why a lot of clients are recognizing the importance of this healing effective tool. And it becomes more easy because it is taking away the massage completely. You don't need to massage as much or use your hands for a professional. It's easier in their hands. It is penetrating all those products and nutrients deeper into the skin, but it is also bringing a scientific, energizing skin cells are more energized and they can show the results immediately. So these are the benefits that a school can have. And school industry, I mean, beauty schools are where the future of the aesthetics lies. And if students can come out of there being empowered by this knowledge of using this tool correctly and more effectively, then they will be able to start a practice or start in a spa and start giving facial treatments without having any doubt in their mind and having that power of knowledge that they will have. So that's why having a microcurrent as part of the curriculum has, in my opinion, been a very important step because this is the future. And we need to empower the students to know what this is from very in depth. And then we were creating what I think from a school's perspective, they should understand that, there are other technologies out in the market, but are they FDA cleared? Are they really providing a true microcurrent by pinch and hold technique? Are they able to provide these applications that can really assist in different kind of skin condition or different timings that you may have when you are working with the with different modalities? Do you have a technology that works hand in hand with other modalities, whether it is, nano infusion or radio frequency or some kind of exfoliating tools? Do you have something that can work on different facial muscles in a way that you can really customize your treatment protocols? You need all of that, and you also need to have a bandwidth of starting points where you don't have to invest as much, and then stepping up into a really modality that gives you all of the bells and whistles and waveforms to work on different skin conditions like we have for MyoLift MD. So these were the things that I had in mind when we have created this whole platform with 4 different devices. MyoLift Mini, which is a very easy entry point for professionals or students to really begin their journey with microcurrent without having to break their banks and without having to invest too much, and really learn those movements and technology in itself of what it is doing to those muscles. And then they can always, when they are really comfortable in their practice, they can step up into MyLift 600, which gives a little more boost of energy of amps, and also allows as a as an ATP booster kit. They can also invest into MyLift MD, which is again having 8 different waveforms and a lot to offer. And I think at schools, if they have each one of them, they will learn that with microcurrents, you can also build circulation, and you can work on deeper muscles. And there are so many different layers of those. And then you can also work with firming and either lengthening or shortening of the muscles. So it comes with all that education. We have created lesson plans and curriculum thanks to Isabel as well, working hard on that. And we are able to provide the whole entire package to a school without having them to work on, different parts of the curriculum. So really, somebody can indulge into a 3-day or a single day full program of learning about this really awesome tool.
Thank you, Pooja. That was very articulate, very exhaustive, and I think across everyone, if I may kind of sum it up, I think as everyone in the audience listening to this right now and considering microcurrent, you obviously want to look at the treatment as the key consideration. Everything is the fountainhead of that. Is the treatment broad? Can it be scaled? The safety, which I think everyone touched upon with the FDA clearance, but also the commercials, allowing a small esthetician all the way to someone who wants a larger device. And then last but not the least, the training and curriculum, because it's a package. I mean, we at 70 are not just selling the device, but we are selling the entire package and the curriculum with it. So, that kind of brings us to the end of what I wanted, the 3-4 key questions I want to discuss with everyone. And I really, really thank you all for your insights. I do have a couple of questions from the audience, and I want to make sure that I'm able to toss them. I think one of them is a very topical one. And really the question is, post-pandemic, as the restrictions ease, knock on wood, from your vantage point, how do you see the beauty schools coming back? How do you see your students coming back? And, maybe from your experience, what are the adjustments? Is anything changed now as you think the schools come back and students come back? And I think that's a question that may apply to everybody. So maybe, I could start with you, Diva, if you want to take a stab at that and then go around the horn.
Sure. So I feel like people after the pandemic are dying for hands-on. Like people are desperate to get treatments. My both locations bump it up. I'm very happy with the sales. But I also know that a lot of people had lost their spas, like in the industry, many spas had closed. I think majority of these people have not keep it up with all the marketing and everything. And coming back from a pandemic, I'm seeing that people are really interested to 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 receive the treatments, to students to do classes in person and do the hands-on and learn more. Um, I feel like a lot of maybe not Tanya's students, but a lot of the students that came out of the classes here that I hire, new estheticians came out with like very, very poor education from last year. There's people come out of schools with like 600, 900, and they can't even hold a tweezer to pluck an eyebrow. And I feel horrible for them. So I feel like the advanced schools right now are very needed because they come out of the license, but they need the advanced trainings. And that's when MyoLift and 7E curriculum are going to be very helpful, even for the students that already graduated. I'm hoping to see more and more of them coming back to me to take advanced microcurrent classes because I don't think they learn it virtually enough. Not your students, Tanya. I'm pretty sure you did a great job virtually, but I hear this so much here that students come out and they're seeking for education. They are seeking for hands-on, and as well as clients, they want the treatments. They getting vaccination right now. They want to come out. So I am thinking that hopefully this pandemic will not take us down again, and and I think the industry is going to go up. It's going to go higher. It's a great time for investing. I did not regret my investment so far into bringing something new to my schools and my spas. My lift is attractive. It's easy to marketing. Everybody wants the lift, the looks, and it's very exciting. I think it's going to be a good journey from here.
Very, very, very astute points. And you said that, and I'm sure all of us can relate, even in our personal lives. I got two young kids, and they went through a pandemic year of studying, and it's not the same.
No, they
It's
want
not
the
the same.
hands-on.
And the way we are countering that is then investing as soon as things open in summer to send them to camps, like you're saying, advanced training, and come back. So I think that hits a chord absolutely. Tanya, your thoughts as you have coming out of the pandemic, how you look at the world?
Coming out of the pandemic, I agree with Diva. The clients are practicing self-care. Those that have never done it before are now educated. I find that being able to bring a modality like this to them, they're able to either get the professional treatments in the clinic room, but I hate to say it, but if by chance we do go back into a quarantine, working with 7E even gives us the ability to market them retail units so that they can keep going forward with their services. And Diva, yes, it was challenging teaching online. I was lucky enough to have great vendors. At my school, I do their advanced education. So I'm constantly searching for new vendors to bring in. And bringing in 7E, we've even been able to incorporate it into our massage program. So we're able to take it and go further. And these clients coming in from the pandemic are so grateful because now they're getting one service with multiple benefits. So we've taken it from program to program.
Thank you, Tanya. I think to me that also hits the nail on the head. Mark, you would have a unique perspective here too, because you look at the market a little bit more broadly, not just from students' perspective, but other beauty schools and suppliers. How are you seeing the post-pandemic situation, and your thoughts and comments on the same?
Well, it's funny you ask that because the post-pandemic environment for suppliers, and especially Burmax being one of the largest suppliers in the salon industry, it has been absolutely ridiculous how difficult it is to get product everywhere across the board, whether it be sundry product or whether it be hard goods or anything like that. And the one thing over the past year, since we started working with 7E, is we've had no issues. That all of your machines are available, all your sundry backup products available. And for us, that's a miracle in itself, because the things that are going on out there are absolutely crazy, where we have 2-3 months delays. We have 6-month delay with some of the PPEs and things like that. But I will say, and I guess so, my unique perspective is that your product is available in the sundry support product that we've really touched on yet today, but the sundry support product that you offer is available, and that's important to us as well.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. I think as we run out of time, I'll take one more question and then we can call it a wrap. I mean, look, and Pooja, maybe you can answer this and, take us home. How does 7E partner with schools today who have nothing in microcurrent and they just want to get going all the way from considering it to launching a full-fledged class and curriculum along with it? What should be their process?
Absolutely. I think that with Burmax, we are able to outreach a lot of schools, and the schools can connect with us through Burmax, or if they're not partners with Burmax directly. But there are different packages that we do offer. We have as minimum as just starting with 12 mile lift mini as a package to begin with, and that they can step into learning how to use the movements or what microcurrent is all about and how they can combine it with other modalities. But also they can think about either to package it for their own students as a student kit, or they can retail it. So some of our schools like Catherine Hines, Federico's, and Tanya Benny Career Academy, as well as Diva Your Schools. Like all of these schools have partnered with us at different levels. And we have a gold, a platinum, and a silver package, which includes a bigger Mile Lift MD with some combination of MyLift 600 and MyLift minis. It depends on the budget, but also how many students you are catering to, and how detailed of a curriculum you want to indulge into. You can start with small, only 1 day and using MyLift mini, or you can go all the way to a 3-day curriculum where you have at least, correct me if I'm wrong, 16 hours or 18 hours of education on facial muscles, on how to use, how the skin responds, and what is this aging process, and then going into learning microcurrent and how it affects. So you can work with us at different levels, and we are here to support that, and we are here to provide different parts of the curriculum and package and training that is needed.
Thank you, Pooja. I think that gets us here. If I were to me, as all of you subject matter experts in your domains, the takeaway is the non-invasive trends in beauty are here to stay. I think we can all say that. And microcurrent is one of them. So it's one that everyone in the audience listening today, if they're considering, they should lean in. More importantly, the way you want to kind of put it out is through the entire shebang. You want to make sure you're looking into all considerations: safety, commercial, scalability. And if any of what you heard today interests you, please give us a shout at 7E. Isabel would be the person you can contact. You can visit the website. Burmax is one of our great exclusive partners. So if you are already partnered with Burmax, that's an easy way for you to find out more about this. I want to personally thank all of you, Diva, Tanya, Mark. Thank you so much for your time and partnership and bring thoughtful insights. Pooja, as always, for your expertise on this. Thank you so very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Take care.
Bye.
Have a
Yes,
great
thank you for
much.
having me.
Right.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.